welcome back to another video on the JJ Think Tank. I hope you're doing well today. I want to talk about a book I recently read called The Snail on the Slope by Arkady and Boris Strugatsky. Now, I recently read a whole collection of their stories in Polish. In total, there were 1, 2, 3, 4 stories. Or actually, no, I think there were maybe more. 5? Let me check now. Five, actually, yes, 5. 5 stories in total. The most famous one is Roadside Picnic. So Tarkovsky actually made a film based on this story called Stalker, or Stalker in English. Stanisław Lem also adored these brothers. He liked their science fiction, and I think it inspired him, perhaps, during his career. I don't know when Stanisław Lem discovered the Strugatsky brothers, but I assume it was during his career, yes. And the other stories as well, they're all a bit weird, but they make you think, right? They make you perceive reality in a new way, really. And this is why they're so amazing. And of the 5, I mean, I liked Roadside Picnic. I liked all the other ones, but I think I liked this one the most, to be honest. And it's called The Snail on the Slope. And it's basically about the difference between the world of the forest and urban life, yes, life in a bureaucratic machine or in a city, in an urban environment, yes, and yes, I've noticed this. I mean, I've noticed this as I've grown older. I've noticed this, that the forest it rejuvenates you, especially if you're in a forest that is more untouched. There's something magical about the forest, yes, and this book was strange. I mean, so many layers of meaning to it, and another weird aspect of the novel was that when I was reading it, I kind of fell into this confused state where as I was trying to focus more in order to understand the story, I kind of lost the meaning. But when I perhaps pulled back slightly in my mind, there was a greater sense of clarity. I don't know how to explain. It's hard to explain what happened, really, but as I was reading it, but it was weird, man. It was weird, and I recommend everyone to read it. This is the English translation. I don't know who translated it, but it's just I guess surreal experience. We could say, we could use this word. I mean, surreal is quite a strong word, but it was a weird experience for me in a good sense, I think. And I guess I could relate this video to my previous one where I said that we should spend more time in nature, perhaps move to a place where we are closer to nature that is untouched. So instead of living in a city, in a bloody box, in a cubicle, in a flat, in a massive block, long term, I think it's better to kind of move away, live in a suburb, live in another city, a smaller city, where perhaps property prices are cheaper. Live in a small town, yes, where you are closer to nature, yes, to real nature, not this kind of curated nature. I mean, I like parks, obviously. I still visit many parks. I still go on walks in different parks, in Poland, and when I'm in London as well, obviously, with my dog. But when you are in a forest that is more wild, it's different. It's definitely different. The smell is different. You pick up different smells. different sounds. You see animals, yes, sometimes. I mean, so far I've been unlucky. I haven't really seen wild animals. But apparently here in Poland, there's a guy who made a video about this. He's called Jack Ramsey. You can find him on YouTube, and he talks about the difference between nature in Poland and nature in the UK. It's a very interesting video, and his point was is that in Poland the nature is more untouched. It's wild. Yes, it's not curated, and this is why a lot of Polish people randomly come across, or people who come to Poland, who move to Poland, they randomly come across animals just walking somewhere. Dziki, they're called. So these are kind of wild pigs. Wild pigs. When you visit various places of nature in Poland, you can come across wild deer as well. Yes, these wild pigs and other animals, yes. Perhaps, well, bison as well, obviously in eastern Poland. There is a population of bison. So they're beautiful animals. Bison. Bison to, yes, this is in Polish, but they're beautiful, man. I like to look at them. So there's a lot of them in eastern Poland. Perhaps even bears and wolves. I'm not too sure. I guess obviously these are dangerous animals, so you need to keep away. But yes, before I talk more about this book, what's interesting is that on the border between Belarus and Poland, there is this primeval forest called Białowieża forest, and it's the only primeval forest left in the European plain. And I'd definitely like to visit this forest. I'm sure it will uncover some secrets, yes, or something, something special. But anyway, going back to the book. So I began my article with this quote by the Strugatsky brothers, and they said, "Mankind's most impressive achievement is that it has survived and intends to continue doing so." So I guess the worldview of Arkady and Boris Strugatsky was perhaps more agnostic. I don't know. Maybe they were atheists, but I think they were agnostic. Yes. They didn't totally pin their hopes on God to kind of guide humanity and rescue humanity. They perhaps emphasize more the importance of man, yes, of the human in surviving and creating meaning in his life. And I guess they noticed they noticed the miraculous nature of the human. Yes, I mean humans can achieve so much, are capable of so much, yes. So I guess because they wrote science fiction, they had perhaps this skeptical attitude, yes, when it came to God. They were agnostic. I mean, we can check now. Were the Strugatsky brothers atheist? Agnostic, yes. And this is what I picked up. They were agnostic. And that's why agnostic writers are interesting. They're more relevant in our day and age, and they're more useful they offer more than atheists, because atheists they're kind of dogmatic, yes. They're dogmatic like radical kind of fundamentalists, yes, religious fundamentalists. And they had this rationalist, humanist perspective, and their view really what they wrote about in their book, the kind of the themes that they bring up, the motifs of their novels. They I could really relate to them, yes, because and I'm sure my viewers and listeners would also be able to relate to their works a lot, because we as humans, we go through these emotions that we share, yes. We sometimes feel lost. We have these conflicting drives, yes. We want to obtain food, we want to obtain security, we want to find meaning, we want to find God, but then sometimes we don't really find this, we feel lost. And in general, this is what the Strugatsky brothers cover in their novels. So that's why they're so great. I guess in general, during the novels, things are left on a knife edge. Yes, it's not clear. It's not clear exactly where humanity is going. Yes. So anyway, moving on now. Let's talk more about the novel itself. So at the end, or near the end, we'll talk about what the title of the novel means. Yes, what does this metaphor kind of suggest? But before we do so, I'll repeat the point about the main kind of stories that take place during the novel. So one takes place in a forest, and there's this guy who's in the forest, and he's kind of wandering in the forest, and he comes across these women, yes, who are they're strange, yes. I don't think they don't reproduce in normal terms anymore. They're kind of asexual, I believe, and they form this kind of matriarchy in the forest, yes. And he's in this forest, and a lot of weird events take place. I remember like a suitcase randomly popping up in the forest. It's a bit weird, yes, but yeah, he's in this forest, and as he's in this forest, he starts to notice another world. Yes, something primeval, chaotic. That he notices the forces of nature that are irrational, and that man cannot always overcome. Yes, this is what I picked up, and I guess as this story is taking place in the forest, the Strugatsky brothers use it to explore the world, and they use the story to philosophize, yes, about life, about the nature of the cosmos, etc. There, yes, but this is just one story. Another one is taking place kind of concurrently at the same time, simultaneously. It's from what I remember, it's kind of in a bureaucratic center, in a city, basically, in an urban environment, and the main character here, he's kind of managing the forest, yes, but he's a bit kind of paranoid. He knows he's part of this kind of corrupting structure. That okay, perhaps it's rational, yes. Perhaps this progress is rational. It's reasonable apparently, but does it actually benefit the human who's involved in it? This is kind of what I picked up, and yes, because of this, so many layers of meaning appear. We enter this world of surrealism, this absurdism, chaos. There's this motif of chaos, of chaotic nature, of the chaotic side of nature. It questions our assumptions about progress, whether we are actually making progress as humans or not. Uh, our relationship to kind of rational civilization. This also is brought up, and it's really a fascinating novel. Really, I recommend it. It's not even that long. How long is it? Let's see. Snail on a Slope. I think it's like 200 pages, maybe something like this. Yeah, 250 pages. So it's not really that long. audiobook version narrated by Chris Andrew Tula is approximately 10 hours. It's regarded as this is what AI has to say. Dense philosophical surreal work of science fiction making relatively about a deeper read in terms of content. Yeah, I guess when you read it for the first time, you might be perhaps a bit lost, like what the hell. But I guess when you read it again, second time round, it's you might uncover more. Yes. I guess the best works of art are like this. Yes, when you return to them, you keep picking, you keep noticing more things. Yes, you pick up more ideas and more layers of meaning. I said this at the beginning, but when I was reading it for the first time, I've only read it once so far, but I had this weird, not sensation, but this weird process in my mind where I kind of didn't understand what was going on when I tried to focus, but when I kind of pulled back slightly, I regained some not composure, but I guess I regained some sense of meaning when it came to the novel. It was weird. I don't know. It's hard to explain, really, I guess. So I think, that's all I wanted to say about the novel, really. Obviously, I already mentioned the chaotic laws of nature, the clash between humanity and nature in its search for meaning. Progress, whether we are actually progressing or if this is just a myth. Absurd bureaucracy, so obviously Kafka talks about absurd bureaucracy in his novels. The unknown, so Lovecraft also talks about the unknown. Actually, I just remembered one of the main characters in Snail on the Slope. He's actually always drinking kefir. And I'm drinking. Well, I like to drink kefir often because I think kefir is good for your health. It really helps. It's good for your gut flora, for your gut, for your microbiome. I like the taste as well. So now I guess my final point is actually the title. Yes. So the Snail on the Slope. I found this. I didn't pick this up. I found this online, and it's a great metaphor. I didn't pick up on this. So the snail on a slope is a metaphor that describes the individual human in his battle and constant balancing act to satisfy different drives in the vast cosmos. So humanity is like a snail on a slope. We're slowly moving. We're moving forward ever so slightly. While around us, all of these forces are at play. Yes. And I like this is a brilliant metaphor, I believe. So yes, I think that's all for today when it comes to this video and this novel. I already talked about the forest, about the importance of being close to nature, of entering a forest. I think this can really boost your mental health. I recommend it. It really does calm me. I like to enter the forest, take walks with my dog. And yeah, sometimes there's a forest. Well, a forest nearby me now, near my flat. And a few kind of little lakes or ponds. And when I take a walk there, sometimes I sit down on a bench. And as I'm sitting down, because there's a train track just next to it, there's a lot of trains also travelling. And the sound of these trains is quite disturbing, to be honest, because when they start to break, I don't really like the sound, to be honest. It's this mechanical sound, right? It's kind of screeching, this screeching sound of the train braking on the train tracks. It kind of it disturbs me. And I kind of pick up on this now. Pick up on this often. How the world of nature is completely different to our world of civilization. Yes. So yes, I guess yes. That's all for today. I guess I'll mention this novel briefly. I might cover it in a separate video, and it's called 1 billion Years to the End of the World, and this was another interesting one. It's basically, this one is more about scientists and how when they try to make a groundbreaking discovery, they're often stopped in their tracks by evil forces, perhaps even governmental forces. And this was an interesting motif. I don't know if this took place in the Soviet Union. Maybe it did, but this was another novel that I liked. So yes, I mean, we all love novels, right? They're a way for us to escape the mundane world, and we can enter another world. And novels can enlighten us, can make us start, to think critically about where we find ourselves in this current moment. In this current moment in time, yes, in human history, and hopefully, things work out, I guess. Ultimately, we don't really know what the future will bring. All we can do really is focus on the day at hand and try to do our best. So, and I love this quote. So I added this quote at the end of my article. I'm living in a world someone has thought up without bothering to tell me, or maybe even himself. So this is the agnostic kind of interpretation that God maybe doesn't even know himself. I've heard other thinkers have expressed this idea that God doesn't even know himself. Well, we need to help God as well. God helps us. Perhaps we need to interact and help God. I mean, yeah, it's just. I guess I'm talking nonsense, yes, but I like this quote. Yeah, it was a good quote from the book. And yes, so that's the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found something interesting as you were listening. If you made it this far, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot for listening and spending your time here on the JJ Think Tank. If you like the video, consider donating at Buy Me a Coffee. I'll provide a link in the description. And yes, if you like the video, give a like. It will help me grow the channel. And yes, subscribe will also help me boost my channel and spread more vital information that I think will help a lot of people out there. But anyway, yeah, that's the end of my video. Once again, thank you for listening, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.